Welcome back, fellow scrubs. This is Marc the Wiz, back with Pocket Fighter EX. It's Monday. So Pocket Fighter EX is a fan game. It's not affiliated with Capcom or SNK. It's free, non-profit, etc., a community-based game. So just to get that out of the way, and we can continue. So we've got actually quite a bit to show off this time, so I'm very happy about that. So let's just dig right into it. As you may or may not know, we are implementing GGPO into the game. So you'll have all that rollback netcode goodness, and we've made some pretty big strides actually toward that end. So I'll show you kind of what we've been doing with the rollback aspect. That's the part that I've taken on personally. So let's... Hey Deku, what's up? Now let's get old Terry in here and see how this goes. So basically, if you were here last time or time before, the way that rollback works is it rewinds the game, or rather I should say it saves the game's state. So it saves the data of the fighters and the life bars and all that every frame. And then when GGPO comes to sync, it might tell the game, hey, I need you to rewind a couple frames and use this new input from the other player, and then fast forward the game back to current time so that we can correct a mistake that happened. And so part of, well, just as I said, it needs a save state. Part of that system, you need a save state to occur. So I do have a prototype save state system. So I press F1 and it saves the state. If I go over here, I press F2. It's not 100% yet, but it's getting there. It'll eventually get back to where it was. Where it freezes up a little sometimes. It's actually very slow in the editor when it decides to load a state, but it will do it very, very fast in release mode. In fact, I hit it too many times and now it stopped on me. But so yeah, if I do F1 here and I jump here, press F2, I get back here. So those are my two test keys at this point, and it works with projectiles too. So you see, step back to that update, and that's where the power wave was still in play. So that's getting the game to rewind to a spot that I need it to. So I can rewind back to here. And well, it's not perfect yet. So you do get weird shit like that. But it basically rewinds the game back to the state it was. So see, I saved it there. Yeah, and that's where you get. So it saved it at that moment. And just to show it a little better here, I'm gonna actually make a build and show it, because it works a lot better. A lot better when it's just a build, like a release build. It don't work too good with oh, did it go? Oh, it's going. It's just taking a minute. It works a lot better in the release build form than it does in the editor. Okay, Deku says, also just wanted to mention that I called Iori being the next character. Yeah, well, I mean, Iori was... He was the person I got the most requests for. In almost a weekly basis, I would get at least one person asking, when's Iori? So now Iori. Fuck it. There we go, that's it. It's popular demand and he's in. So, alright, so I built a release build, and we'll view that. That would be a bit better of a test here to show it off, because it works a hell of a lot faster in release mode, because all the editor stuff that's working slows it down, and it's debugging, and it's hooked into it and all that. So We'll use Ryu this time. Ken's got a couple issues. I don't think Asado Ken's actually store states right now, but Ryu and Terry I think are pretty much there. So save state, load state, load state. See here I can mash the shit out of load state and it doesn't freeze up. See, so I can load state back here. So the player's state of like whether they're guarding or in the air or whatnot, that's not getting saved and loaded yet. So I still have a lot of stuff to work on. Basically everything, every piece of data associated with the characters, I have to manually look at it, figure out how to save it, how to load it, and do all that. And I would say that it's probably at like 15%, 20% of that process actually being done. And it's taken a long time to get this far. But the parts that are saving and loading do seem to be working. They do seem to be working really well. So I can't complain about that. See? So as long as he's not thinking he's gonna block it, it plays out exactly how it should. So, well, that one don't work too well. Air states don't work too well. And actually what it is because Ryu's jumping state is not saved. The animation is saved. So if I were to do it here, I think it would work, yeah. If I did it from the ground, it's fine. So there's the state saving and loading. And it's working pretty well so far. Better than I kind of expected. So either that means something's brewing in the background ready to break, or you know what I mean. Boom. It's working, yeah, it's working pretty well. There's obviously still a lot to do. And getting it to rewind the game and fast forward the game, now that's gonna take some time. It's a long process. We're nowhere near complete with it, but we're making really great progress so far in how it's going. So I'm really happy with how that's come out. Alright, you wanna see something? See something busted? Oh, it doesn't do it no more. Okay, that glitch is not there anymore. I can chip him out. You can see the life bars don't save yet. So he just keeps taking the damage. Oh yeah, it used to be super fuck busted though. But that glitch, I fixed it. That was the picture that I showed on Twitter. Where I had like 1,000,000 Shinku Hadokens. Because the Shinku Hadokens weren't getting saved. And he just kept throwing them out over and over and over and over. So you'd have like 5 of them. And it was really funny. But it didn't break. I fixed it. I forgot. I fixed it before you could see it. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for this. Oh, the timer also. I guess I didn't show that. The timer will save. So F1 to save. And I'm just gonna fuck around a little bit until it gets to like 40 some seconds. All right, so it's like what 40, 48, 47, 46. Load state, and we're back to 58. So it's working pretty good. Everything that I've been adding to it so far has taken well to the system, and I'm very, very happy about that. So I'll just keep moving in that direction. I have to divert my path a little bit to make some system changes. So if I do the saving and loading on what's there now, then I just have to redo it again later when I do the system changes. So it doesn't make any sense to continue on that path directly. So I'll divert my path soon to system changes, cleaning up, changing and adapting how the jump code works needs to be cleaned up. There's a whole bunch of stuff needs to be cleaned up, and that will actually give me a more efficient set of data to save and load as well. So I'll be cleaning things up with that in mind, and I think that will work out pretty good. Otherwise, again, like I said, be doing it and then redoing it again anyway, and that's just a waste of time. So let's fix Ken up actually while we're here. And I don't think his Hadoukens don't get saved into states right now. No, so see, he comes back to fire, but there's nothing there. So yeah. So what we do, the system I devised essentially split up into different controllers here. So we got like a game state controller, and that'll call things to be saved and loaded and all that. But then inside Ken here, pull him up. Okay, so in Ken's controller we have this game object's game state hook. Every Unity object that needs to be backed up has to have this. This is kind of like the beacon that says, hey, I need to be backed up. And if an object doesn't have it, it's ignored by the system and moved on. So I made it so that I can purposely have like a prefab, like a hit spark or something, and say I don't need to back this one up. I need to back up some hit sparks, but not all of them, or something, you know, something like that. So I can turn it off if I need to, and then it won't obviously do anything. And then there's the save in the save state, which changes the load action to load. So if I say no here, I can actually say, well, when we load, I want to destroy this object, or I want to disable this object. Or I could say this decision goes to the parent object. That whatever houses it, if there's another controller here in the next object up, it will defer to that one. Otherwise, it'll default to nothing. But for this one, of course, we want Ken to save and load, so that happens to be that. And then I can set like a load event if I need to do something special, but I don't need to do anything special with Ken right here. And then another component, like Ken's specific behavior here. So this controls like his Shinryuken. The button mashing for the Shinryuken is controlled by this. Anything specific to Ken that's not, and other things like specifically calling his, like he's got a special intro with Ryu that's handled here. He's got a special intro with Terry, and that's handled here. You know, any kind of Ken specific code that's actually currently being backed up. And so yeah, here I create these specific states. So when a save state happens, the save state system sends the save state data, and if it's valid data, or if it's not valid data rather, we want to not have anything to do with it, so we get out of here. And then we create a data container for Ken's specific data for this controller script. And we put in, you know, if he's in his intro, he's going to need this information. Here's the Shoryuken mash timer. Here's his forward throw mash timer. I should say max mode instead of max C mode, but so we've got the last power max mode state. We got whether he's enabled or not. And then we save this into the save state. And it beacons basically using his controller address. And then when we load it, pretty much the reverse happens. The save state system will send the save state saying, here's what you need to load from. We have to try to extract the data that we gave it. So we say, hey, this is us. Can you give us the data that corresponds to us? And if it can find it, we set it into this value. If we can't find it, then there's nothing for us to do and we get the heck out of here. And then if we do find it, we can then take this data and just plug it back into where it came from for the most part. It's a little more nuanced than that. You know, when it gets to like complicated structures, you know, like here I made a note, this is not very efficient the way that I'm doing this. I mean, it works, but it's not very efficient. And so I'll go back and analyze that at a later time once everything's working and say, hey, what can we do to make this possibly faster? Because the more stuff that gets saved into a save state, the longer and longer it's going to take to restore that state. Actually, the longer it's going to take to save it in general, and the longer it's going to take it to restore. And restoring is the time-consuming part. Because then, like I said, if you rewind it, to do a rollback, you then have to update the game, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in that single frame to get back to where you were, and then process the next frame. So you can't cut corners here. You have to get as down to the metal as you can, making stuff efficient. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. If it takes too long to do a rollback, then you're going to skip a frame anyway. It's going to cause slowdown, and it's going to blow up your system. You can't do it. So, just showing how that basically works. It just restores all the data. And then I have a post-load state. So if anything special needs to happen after everybody's state data is loaded, like a reference needs to be recreated, stuff needs to get linked up, or some process needs to run, maybe to rebuild something. A good example actually of this is the where is it? Super Animator controller. Okay, it's compiling that change, so it's going to take a second here. Okay. So even though I've loaded all the data, and this one's actually got a lot of data stored in it, even though I load all the data, at the end I need to calculate where exactly did we leave off in the animation. So our animation time divided by the total length of time. Hello, Yagoshi 2014. Welcome. So I got to figure out, they want it in normalized form, which means between 0 and 1. They give it a 0% to 100%, how far along was it? And so I give it that value. And I give it the last animation name that played, and it tries to resume from that point. And it's been pretty good so far. There's a few edge cases that don't quite work yet, and so I do have to do that. But for the most part, this has been pretty successful in bringing the characters back to the frame that they were on. And that's good. So like I said, everything's been going pretty good on that front. There's a lot of debate on how exactly we need to store certain data in order to make sure that it's accurate, in order to replay stuff like this, and that will come at a later date. And that's what I was talking about, being deterministic last time, to make sure that the game runs extremely accurately every time. So if you were to save a replay of the player's inputs and throw it back into the game, it should 100% of the time result exactly the same. The match should completely play as if nothing has changed. And that's a lot harder than it sounds like. So there is that to contend with, and we've only kind of scratched the surface on that. And that's probably going to be the scariest part going forward, to be honest, at this point that I've seen. So we'll see how that works. So given that, so every object has to have, that's getting backed up, has to have this game object, game state hook component. And so you see, the sprite object has one. The projectile point has, actually I don't even think we use that anymore. I might be able to get rid of that. The body sprite has one here. So all that stuff. And this one has, where is, I may not have actually put that in here. We'll have to fix that. So the sprite renderer needs a component to help it here. So I devised a sprite renderer game state hook, because I can't change the programming of this component. It comes built into Unity. So I have to make a helper component that can detect it automatically, and then I can choose what to do with it. In this case, you can either do nothing or save and load. And that will help save state the sprite. So that way you won't get any kind of one frame weirdness where the sprite might not be right. Things like that. And we have to do that for every... Okay, so the sprite renderer also doesn't have it. Yeah, I think I just didn't update Ken since I made this one. So that's what we're doing right now. right there. And that way it'll back it up. Nice. Looks like all that's there. So Terry's got his hat. That's for the special intro. So there's that. Is he Sprite Renderer? Yeah. Got the hook. And they all default to save and load, so that's fine. You can also disable that entirely by just going here and saying none. And then this one won't run. Because whenever the save state is called, this component says, hey, game object hook, what are we doing? And he'll give an answer to the other one. And if he says no, don't back yourself up, then this actually won't do anything. So it's all kind of tightly controlled. So if you need to turn it off, you can pretty easily do that. Like you see all these say defer to parent, because they're all going to go all the way back up to the fighter can up here, the base object, and say, hey, what do we do? And this one says save and load. So it's like, all right, everybody save and load. They all look to this one. And so if I want to disable that for whatever reason, I should say none, boom, and the entire object completely shuts off from the system, because all of the other ones are deferred to parent. So that's the way I was doing that. Let's see. So this sprite render needs to hook. Oh, it's all there. We go. Yeah. All right, and we got him. He's saving and loading. That'll help for frame 1 loading. Might look a little strange if those aren't there. So let's see. Here's another fire effect. Which, yeah, we need this one. I just like to line it up so it's right under it, so that I can see sprite render and sprite render underscore game state hook. That just helps me have a little visual aid. The shadow is a prefab. It's a nested prefab, which is new in 2019 for Unity. So that's all handled on its own. It's already got its own stuff. Yeah, it's already got its sprite render on. Okay, so Ken's all souped up. He's all hooked in. But the Hadokens are a separate matter. So the heavy variant works off of the prefab for the light, so we should only have to change this. And let's see. Okay, it doesn't look like he has anything for the system. So we've got to go to the game object hook and make sure that it says save. And then so everything in here now that has this controller will get saved. We'll say, oh, cool. We're gonna be saving. Nice. Yeah, I think it was just those 3. Oh, 4. So the head object, the projectile object, that does it. Okay, so then sprite. Again, we need to add the game object hook, or nothing will happen. But we're gonna make this one defer to parent, so it will defer to the parent object. And then we add in the sprite renderer hook, and that's pretty much it. So the light and heavy should be all set, because the heavy is based on the light. And now we need to do the EX. It's its own thing. And same thing. It's not too complicated here, so we just put this one here. And in here we put that one and the other one. This one goes to the deferred parent, and it just gets enabled. I'll put it under here just for visual clarity. That's all Ken has as far as Hadokens go. So he's only got the light, the heavy, and the EX. So let's yep, and there it goes. There's that one. That's the heavy. And the EX. So state loading's a little slow in the editor. So you will see a skip there as it's trying to calibrate. It actually takes like 2.5 frames, 2 frames to load a state in editor. And that's what I'm saying, like if you tried to roll that back, there's no way in hell you'd keep that going. Nope. Yeah, I already locked it up by trying to load 2 at once. There we go. So, yeah, works pretty good. Now, there's other effects that, like, I think if I save here, I don't think it will. Yeah, it won't show the pillar anymore. I mean, it's not gameplay critical, so I'm kind of holding off doing some of those ones for now. But eventually, you know, things like that will have to be worked out. But, you know, as long as the gameplay itself can be rewound, you know, that would be the great basic thing to do. Yeah, see? So it's working pretty good. That's pretty much all I have for GGPO updates. It's probably going to be a little bit till the next really worthwhile talk about point for that one. But I think it was fun to at least go over it so that you can see at what stage of development that is. And it's going to take a while, but we'll get there. We'll definitely get there. So, it's been exactly 30 minutes, so we'll switch to Iori. Everybody's favorite. The one that people can't stop asking me about. Well, you can stop asking because here he is. Now I'm just going to get questions of when's Iori going to release? Is Iori ready? I want to play Iori. Where is... He's coming. Soon TM. Soon TM. So we'll continue on doing what we were doing last time, and that was figuring out what frames of animation are used to sequence what things and make corrections as necessary, and just kind of get an idea of, you know, how these need to be laid out. Oh yeah, we actually made that frame last time, or well, Franken framed it. We made some other frame too. Not really sure which one. But either way, we'll continue on with that. So the process of this consists of recording one of the games, checking out what frames they used, and basically duplicating that with the frames that we have here. So as we've been going on, so the main sheet looks like this. It's a little more full, but as we've been going on, we've been removing these as we've been using them and putting them on here. And then anything with a black outline is a duplicate frame from another animation that has been reused, or duplicate frame from the same animation. Like here you see frame 2 ends up being used again, and so does frame 1 as kick goes out and comes back in. And so we've got to basically recreate all of the data required for that. And there will be some frames that we're going to have to create. And there will be, you know, animations that didn't exist in here that we're going to have to make animations for. Like Iori's, was it the 8 Maiden Super has an extension in some games. I know 2002 has it. I think it came around in 99, 2000. I know it was in 2000. I don't know if it was in 99. And that's one of the ones that I want to add in. So there's that. I also did... I don't think I'm going to use this move, but I did prototype the sprites for... I don't remember what the hell it's called, to be completely honest. That's the one where he just laps and jumps at you, and he does a big fire pillar thing. Oh yeah, that's the frame that I made. I made this one. He really didn't have one quite like this, so I had to edit the arm and stuff to get him in that pose. But that's... I don't know if I'm going to use this super. I think we're going to use Yatagarasu from... What, 13 and 14 have it? I don't know if 12 does. Fuck 12. Okay, what 12 is... Man, I don't know. Some people liked it. That thing was a $60 demo. I was really mad when I got that. Oh, this is just the difference between the... This is the sprite from Gal Fighters for the projectile, and this is the sprite from KOFR 2 and Match of the Millennium. Oh, it's awful though. It's so tiny. You gotta have big flashy one like this, right? So I made that comparison. So that aside, we want to continue on, but I need to log into Steam. I also need to log in next, but I'm gonna have to black out the screen. Sorry, hold on. Nobody's getting my XSplit password. God knows what you guys would do to it. Start streaming all sorts of shit to my channel. It'd be terms of service everywhere. It's loading. XSplit takes a bit. It's chugging. Alright, I think we're all good. Get back to the game, Devin. Oh, let's see. Yeah, alright. Here it is. So where's Steam? Steam, where'd you go? Are you still loading? We're gonna boot up 98 and take animations from there first. We need to deviate off that path, then sure. But all the animations from... Oh god, what's this? This is new. Oh, that looks new now. What happened? Collections, fighting games. Okay. Sure. 98 limited match. Play that bitch. Oh, it looks all different now. I've heard that they were redesigning it in the beta. Steam client had this stuff, but it's the first time I'm seeing it. Alright. So we're going to basically record the animations here and replay them back and try to replicate them as previously stated. So get our boy Iori and we'll I don't know, it'll beat up Yamazaki, that's fine. Okay, so we left off here. Power Max and Armor Max, I'm gonna bypass those for now and push block. I'm gonna go to forward throw, back throw, and we don't have a throw width, we actually have to create that. So that's that. Oh, okay, right, yeah, that's right, he gets behind them. Alright, so now I gotta take my XSplit here and I'm just gonna record and we'll find what's going on, find what's good. Okay, so forward throw. And back throw. That's pretty much it. And then so we'll stop the recording there. I'll go on to find the recording. Where? Okay, local recordings. So there's this one. See, these are the other ones we did before. Okay, let's minimize this. And then, so what we can do in Zoom Player, really handy, we can go frame by frame. There we go. So we got Iori. He's got his hand out like a claw. See if we have a frame for that. Actually, let's analyze the whole thing first. So, he grabs in there. Grabs him by the balls. Gets ready and chucks him. Oh, he slashes him. Okay. Slashes him and he bends over. Okay. And then he looks back and back to idle. Alright. Fair enough, very Iori. Let's see if we can find this frame here. I bet this frame's got something to do with it. Gonna look at all the frames, see if there's anything that's really equivalent here. This is the wrong way. He's facing the other way. This could be one of them. It's not exactly like a claw frame, but I can definitely see this being a stand-in for it. Yeah, I don't really see anything else. Looks like it's really it. So I bet that it's this one. Let's cut it out. This is the forward throw. Okay, and those frames could be arguably the same. And these slashes, alright? Pretty far. Do we have anything that looks like that? And I think this frame right here is this one. Looks very similar. So we'll turn it around here. Almost said this could be it too, that starting frame. I think the other one better displays what it's about though. So we're looking for this frame now, basically. I honestly don't really see one that looks like it. There's a lot of frames, but I don't see one that particularly looks exactly like that. You could maybe pass this one as it. Maybe. Yeah, but it's not really. It's not really. He's facing the wrong way. I'm actually surprised at this. I would have bet money that they would have had a unique frame for this. I don't see one. Unless it's something else. And they're just either flipping it or something. Alright, well, we might have to reference the source material here. So, hold on a second. I'm gonna cover my screen for a moment. I'm gonna pull up some magic here. And we'll take a look at the actual original game. Where are you now? Yeah. Here. There we go. And we have Here we are. Oh, whoa, where'd that come from? Oh no. What magic is this? I have no idea how this got here. Let's see. Oh, I gotta shuffle some windows here now. Whoops! Something happened. I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's fine. I don't know what this is, but you know. Yeah. Okay. No, let's turn this off. Alright, let's look at good old Iori. Let's look at our boy. See what we got. Okay. I'll go up and grab him. Oh, there is a frame there. Okay, hold on. We'll capture that as well. Get rid of that. Add source. Game capture. What doesn't actually register? It's fine. Let's see. Can we window capture? There we go. Alright. Now let's record. And we'll do some grabbing. Boom. Down. Put it this way. Get him over here. Grab. I think I was right about that one frame though. Okay, and then this is the other one. We might as well get it while we're here. Alright. So, let's see what we got. Where is... Here's local recordings. Let's pause this. Get out of the way. Alright, you said F8. Chat says F8 to minimize F8, right? Press F8 to shrink the zoom player URI to the frame size. It just brings up this menu. It doesn't do anything. I don't know. So like Shift F8 or something? F6 to F6. Oh, there we go. Oh, hey, there we go. There we go. Alright. Let's go back and see what we got. Okay, first frame. Yeah, I was right. It's that one. Okay, then he pulls in. I believe we use that for the kick. F8. Oh, F8 adds the time bar. Okay. Oh, there it is. Hey, perfect. Oh, that'll help. Thank you. Okay, and then he pulls in, which I think is this frame. So we'll just steal it from here since we've used it elsewhere. Look at that. Oh, that's the real window. Oh, it was that frame. It was this one. I bet they're gonna use this one then. They're gonna use these two. That's funny. Okay, fair enough. They're gonna use both of them. Let's find out. Nope. Oh, okay. And I believe that's the heavy punch. Yep, that's the heavy punch frame. Oh, you sly sons of bitches. I didn't even see it coming. Didn't even see it coming. And then, yeah, and then down here. Okay. And that's what I expected. It was going to end in this frame. That's pretty clever, the way they did it. That definitely works. Oh, yeah, and then as I expected, he's got to come back to his turnaround frame. come back to over here. So let's see. That is... I'm gonna take this frame and I'm gonna flip it. So that not only is the hair over here, so the hair is gonna come up this way and then it's gonna turn the other way. But it's also a duplicate, so it's that. No, I should have made a Guilty Gear playlist now that I think about it. I didn't have any time today to make one, but because of all the Guilty Gear news that's coming out, I missed that opportunity. I'm just gonna have to have it next week. Just thought of it. I'm like, damn, you know, all this talk about Guilty Gear, I should have had the Guilty Gear playlist. I think because this song sounds almost Guilty Gear-ish. So it's what made me think about that. Okay, and then he'll go back to his idol from there. Do you know the smell of the game? Do I know the smell of the game? I'm not sure I understand the reference. Is that like the new slogan or something? It's part of the lyrics in a new song? Okay. Yeah, I figured it had something to do with Guilty Gear's legendary English. Alright, just for the heck of it, let's look at what was the back throw here. Alright, well, I can do it on the other side too, right? Oh jeez. He just appears on the other side? Oh, I see what I did. Alright, that makes it a little more complicated. Hold on. That makes it kind of a pain. Okay. He's got that squatting frame. We're probably going to have to redo this animation. The sequencing at least. So you've got the squatting frame, which is actually right here. Nicely blacked out for us. And then he's got the light punch frame. From the looks of it. Which might be right. We'll have to take a close, very close look. Yeah, that's the light punch frame. Okay. And then he dips down, going behind, comes back up. So that's these two. Yeah, I see the motion here. So they're making his head bob down is what they're doing. They're making him bob down with those frames. And then he comes back up, like a fish coming out of water. Oh, only for a frame, too. Alright, a couple frames. And he's back to squatting. And then he's behind. Looks like he's using the same frame here. So this now becomes a reused frame. I love this mix. Which one is this? Where does this one come from? This is an Unlimited match. 2002. That was a good song. You don't like it? That's pretty good. I don't like the first part of it. Well, once it actually gets going, I'm grooving. I'm grooving with it. Okay, and same thing, he pulls in here. Yeah, I don't like how it starts, though. Once it gets going, I dig it. Oh, it's the same thing? Is this really the same thing? It's literally the same thing. Okay, so the only thing that's different is the first part here. And then the rest of it is... Alright, we'll take a look at 98's version too. I just kind of figured while we're here, we'll take a look at this. But it may be that 98 might have a little bit different to it, but we'll see. I didn't really pay attention when we played it back the first time here. Oh, it is. No, it is the same. Okay. Alright. Alright. That's funny. That's so dumb, but it's funny. You go ahead and do it, you dummy. That's forward. Yep, it's literally the same. Instead of grabbing the balls, he's got him by the anus. Oh, look at Usagi's face. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, that's it. And whoop. Anus rip. Yeah, no kidding. Blood and all, man. Blood and all. Blood and all. Oh yeah, I got Yapari. I played it earlier. This actually starts the playlist. I'll play it next year, so you can hear it. But it's it is a different song. It's completely different. Like it's got some rumblings of the original, but it's for the most part it's original. Okay, then throw with I don't know. We could probably bullshit something here, but I would really like an original animation for this. I don't know nothing about music, so I don't know what that word means. I'm not sure how to say it because it looks French as fuck, and I don't know anything about how to pronounce French words. I have frames right under the duplicates. Oh, here? Yeah, I would think this would be like the teching animation. But I mean like throw with as in like in Third Strike, you can just throw whenever you want, right? And so they do that little grab and miss animation. That's what I'm talking about. Under the first fireball? Then one frame to the left. Under the first fireball. Okay, here's the first fireball. One. Go down one. And to the left. That's his, No? Go to duplicate. Yeah, okay, we're at duplicates. Down and to the left. Yeah, here. But this is the teching animation though. That's not throw with animation. He doesn't really have a throw with. Like he's got his command grab with. But I mean like a normal throw. The frame under duplicates is frame 1, this one. The frame to the left is frame 2. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could just kind of like fake it with that, couldn't you? Yeah, you could fake it with that. All right, in lieu of actually making one, we can put that in for now. It makes me wonder. Let's go to the internet for a minute. I'm sure like Spriter's Resource has these rips here somewhere. Capcom vs. Where's our good boy Iori? Oh no, did you know gaming? Pokemon! Oh, here he is. Click to download. We could probably find what his grab animation is in here. Like, I don't know. They've got proximity grabs, so I'm not sure that there would be a whiff animation for him here. Oh, it's oh no, yeah, just open. I don't care about that. Let's Alright, it's in a zip now, right? Let's put it in the PFEX folder. Or we'll take a look at it. There are whiffs in CBS too? Okay. That's what I thought, because I thought I saw Chun-Li's whiff animation in there. But I also looked at the Third Strike stuff, so I wasn't 100%. So, alright, resources. Well, no, we'll go to fighters, we'll go to Iori. I'll put it in his refs file. Oh, this is Super I was talking about earlier, by the way. I forget what the name of it is, but that one. And then here, so the extension one. And we need to get that one animated. That'll be fun. Alright, let's look at this with something a little easier. Psycho. Oh, geez, you've already looked up the frame. You're beating me to it. Alright, frame 295, 296. Okay. Of course, I can't see the goddamn things here. Alright, you know what? 295, 296. Does he have more than that? That's it? Just 2 frames? Oh, 94. Oh, through 97. Okay. Shit. 94. Well, look at that. Okay. Let's copy that. Paste it here. And we'll just, hopefully I didn't lose any detail now. Man, that CBS sprites are fucking good. They're really good. I swear to God, if I had more resources to work with, I probably would have been using these. But to make anything in them takes so long. It takes so damn long. Alright, so it is 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. No, just the 97. So 98's. It's probably the ender frame for it, because it looks like it goes with the rest. So it's probably not one that we would put into. And this is something else. Yeah, that's his intro or something. Okay. Not the Retro Magic game. This is Monday, so we gotta go to Pocket Fighter. Resources, fighters, Iori, Iori CBS 2 grab with. Okay, so we'll have that on deck. I'm not sure. I might have one of the other guys do this one. It's a little complicated here. They probably do a bit better job at doing that. But at least we have it here. Let me also turn these around because they're facing the left. something I wonder about these rips. Why are they facing left? I would assume that Capcom would draw them facing right. Could be wrong, but... Orientation to the moon? Hold on. Oh, I can't see a thing. Are they actually correct to orientate them? Oh, it's funny. I just hit a random frame. It happened to be the one that we were looking at. Are they actually orientated right when he's facing left? Or rather, I should say, are they orientated correctly when he's facing left? I'm trying to find... Oh, there's that. It didn't really show it, though. I can't really tell by the thumbnail what the hell's going on. I'm trying to find one where he's turned around here. Facing left is correct. Oh, that's funny. I wonder if these sprites are that way as well. Oh, that's a circle. Oh, okay, they avoid that problem by just making it a circle. So, I suppose both orientations are correct by default because they just couldn't be bothered to make it a crescent moon. That's funny. So it's just like Kyo's emblem then, right? But no, is it... Does Kyo in his classic costume have that on his back, the circle? I can't remember. I know his dad does, right? He's got the circle on the back, right? Yeah, he does. He does. That's funny. So they just... That's what they did. They just copied Kyo's fucking circle off his back. That's funny. Which orientation is correct? Doesn't matter. Make it a circle. Who cares? Sneaky bastard. I didn't even notice till I looked at it, too. I'm like, wait a minute. Sneaky. Oh, this is a previous sprite. Yeah, we don't rely on these anymore. Can't trust them. But it's there for reference. Alright, fair enough. On to the next bit then. So let us... where is it? Here. And where's the next bit? Where are you? Alright, let's see. The next thing on our sheet is unique attacks. So, he's only got a few of these. There's this, which is the same as this. You can't tell, but this is forward A, and this is stand C. Yeah. 6A and C. Looks like it's the same animation. Alright. And then if you time it right, you get a follow-up. There we are. It's a little strict. It's way less strict than 14, though. Holy shit. I tried it in 14, I'm like, oh my god. It's like, you could just mash it and it just works. But here, yeah, you gotta time that shit. Alright, well, let me turn the recording on. Hopefully I can get it in one shot here. Nope. 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 Oh, fucking kill it. There it is. I can only get it in the corner. What the fuck? Yeah, it's good enough. I think there's enough clearance to see what it is. Oh, my guy's ridiculous. Alright, whatever. We got one of them. Just go back and forth on it and figure out what it does. It's mashable? You can mash it. I don't know. Oh, okay, it kind of worked there. Yeah, sort of. Seems like when I'm close, it doesn't want to work. Okay, like really mash it, yeah. Okay, if I really mash it, I can get it. Okay, let's do that again. Yeah, okay. You just gotta really mash it. I'm out of space! I'm out of space, guys. I ran out of space! I like how it doesn't tell you what it is. I think it's Google Drive, but I don't know. Because it doesn't tell me. Thanks, Google. Here. Let's see what we get. There we go. I'm going to assume that it's the same. Oh, that's quick. Oop. 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 Yeah, it looks like it's the same as C. I guess, yeah. They animated it weird here. But I think it's supposed to be the same thing. It's just a little, it looks a little wonky in Pocket Style. Yeah, like, they kind of didn't have a frame. Well, I guess they did have it for that. You could clearly see his kind of claw hand coming down. Here it looks like he's whipping his fingers at you. He just kind of did arguably a poor job of representing that move, but it is what it is. And in motion it probably doesn't look too different. And then it just comes in and slash. Okay, and then the transition happens. Okay, so he does get to here. And then instead of going back to idle, then he comes back in for another. So let's first copy this then. Not quite sure what this thing is called, but 6A. We could just call it 6A, I guess. 6A. I'll know what it means. Okay, so let's black these out because they're duplicates. At least we have some reference. Know what they are. And we're not going to have this frame because it doesn't exist. Cancels from here to the next. Alright, and you get a frame that looks like this. Let's look at it first. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is this one here. Pretty sure that it's this. It works because he's coming here and then he's bringing his fist back here to bop him, and he stands back up. So yeah, it's pretty much that. It's not quite the same, but it's basically that. Okay, and then he needs a frame to come back, which you'd assume that we might be able. No, light punch ain't good. That's the wrong hand. So maybe we can use light punch, but maybe not. I want to think that this might work, but boom. Because then he's got to go back to idle. But how would that work? I have a feeling that's not going to work too good. The motion may not make sense. No, I don't like it. Alright, let's take a look at the original. Let's see what we have here. So. Wow, looks like it just disappears. Just said screw it. It goes back to idle, it don't matter. Oh my god, really? Alright, let's see. Let's record it. Yeah, it's much easier to hit here. Oh, let's pause this. Don't know if it will stop if I minimize it. Okay. Yeah, like I surmised, it was those 2 frames. And it just goes back to idle. It doesn't give a shit. It just goes back to idle. Oh, that's funny. Alright, well, let's see what we can do. That's a bit of a harsh transition. So, let's see. He basically comes back up, pulls his hand back, and then does this thing. So, question is, do we have any frame that kind of emulates that? Anything similar to that? You could maybe argue this, but I think if fist is too big, it might take up too much priority in the image. I don't really see anything too similar. We'll look back at our other animations too, but I don't know. Iori's so what's the word? Unconventional. That a lot of his frames that other characters might have been able to use, like the light punches for the Shotos, are great startup frames for almost anything. Like they transition back to the stance very nicely, but Iori doesn't seem to have too many of those, and because he's so unorthodox in the way that he moves. Well, let's see. The crouching one's pretty good for that, but again, that's crouching, so it doesn't really help. But that would be the kind of frame that we're really looking for here. I'll be honest, most of the time his transition back to his transition from turning around works for a lot of these because he twists his body so much. In this case, he doesn't though. Like we're literally going from here back to here, so we don't have that luxury. Can't just use that one. Really doesn't have much for this, does he? You might be able to swing this. Might be able to swing this one. It's really going to depend on how the legs look. Yeah, that's not going to work because he picks his heel up only to put it back down. Now this leg here is fine. But he's not changing his legs between frames here. He's literally just going back to idle. So if you put this in the mix, it's not going to look pretty. It's just not going to be right. And it doesn't look like he steps backwards at all. Like he gets blown back. His animation doesn't step back. It's just he's just standing up. I hate to say it. This is really the best. Like if we don't change, we don't actually edit any frames, it's really what we have to work with. Which is weird, but that's how it goes. Yeah, really, like one of these frames might work. Is he's hitting and then he's pulling back? He doesn't actually. No, because he's bent forward farther in this frame. So he'd bend forward just to bend back. No, that won't animate well either. It's just foobar. It's just foobar. Alright, I might have one created here. So let's mark a note here. It's essentially a, hey, could we do something here? Something in the middle. Really don't like how it just snaps back. So we'll put a bookmark in that. Okay. Let's move on. Where is... I got so many damn windows open. The hell is... There it is. Okay. Is that the only stand? No, he's got this one. He's got this one. None of this looks different. I think that's pretty much it. As far as standing ones, I don't think he's got any. He's got anything here. Just all that's normal. Okay. So it's this one. There's already a pretty comprehensive set of frames for this, but just to get it recorded in here. Bring them over here. Do it out in open. I don't want to do the hit function. Oh, it hits twice! Oh, shit, I forgot about that. Got that. Okay. And we'll switch to... Let's just have it all in one file. I'll just continue recording. And we'll get him here. Yeah, and it's 2 hits here as well. Okay. And we'll pause. Get over there. Go back, step through the whole thing. Okay, kind of like half steps up, leg comes up, leg comes down, it curls it, and then it comes back down. Okay, fair enough. Pretty sure there's a whole bunch of frames here that we could use. More here. One of which we might have already used somewhere else. Oh no, we haven't used it yet. Oh yeah, it's pretty much all laid out for us. So I would say that he's probably gonna take a little micro step forward. So I might want to use one of these in conjunction. And I will do this. Okay, and I'm assuming that it's just gonna end right back where it started. Because he does curl his leg back up, and then now he just needs to step forward. That's all done. Which is probably just going to be this going back to idle, because do we really have anything else to go back between the two? Yeah, I don't see anything that would make a good transition back, so probably just goes back to good old idle. That's not a bad transition. I think that'll work out okay. Mark this one as duplicate, because I gotta do it up here anyway. Alright. Well, let's go back in time here. You can kind of tell this is the first frame that happens. And then he comes... Yeah. Alright, so it's kind of an approximation. I bet it's the recovery frame. Yeah, it's the recovery frame. They just decided to use it for the startup, I bet. But it looks like he steps forward. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, he brings one leg forward, the post on it. And it ends up being where the other one went. So you would say, potentially, that the animation would go like this. He brings his legs together. So this is going to go from here to here, like that, and then he's just gonna lift his leg up from there to there and go through the motion. It looks pretty comprehensive. I probably didn't get that complicated with it in the actual game, but we'll take a look anyway, just to see how this goes. Alright, let's see it. Show me the money. Oh, fuck me! There's a frame in there. There's a frame in there. Oh, you sly sons of bitches. Where is? Oh, it's our backdash frame. Use backdash. Yep, there it is. Look at that shit. Okay, let's see, we're down here. Yeah, so instead of this one, they just had a better frame for it. It happens to be this. Yeah, it's kind of a wonky reuse, but I think it probably works pretty good in motion here. Now they don't transition. So he's walking there, but then he just goes straight on into this. It might use this frame at first, but it also might not. I think it would look okay to keep it. Okay, yeah, then he goes back down on that leg. And oh, he steps into the kind of little crouching one. Fair enough. That actually is a decent back to idle frame. Alright. Alright. And then from there back to stand. Oh, he's moving forward, so yeah, back to stand. Boop, boop. Yeah, this actually kind of covers the little jut he does going forward. Oh, he's switching feet. I like that. So this is the 2B. 2B. There. 2B. Alright, I believe that's all the standing ground normals. Or command normals, rather. Yeah. Now he's got... That ain't 2B. It depends on what 2B we're talking about. Alright, so next, everybody's favorite. Oh, if I can fucking do it. Oh, I gotta do it! There you go. I guess I could just do it out in the middle of nowhere. That won't matter. Okay. Should short out that. Oh, it's okay. Where the hell did my chat go? Pencils, of course. Yeah, I guess I could just go backwards. And then we'll switch to the other game. And assume it's probably not even going to have probably not even going to have any startup frames. We're just going to go right into it. For the pocket version. Can't open my folder? Why can't I open my folder? Let's close this one. Where the hell did it go? Oh no, everything's fucking up. I don't need help. Just in my goddamn folder. I guess I just have to find it again. Alright, hold on. Well, recording is here. Alright, let's go. Dumb about it. That's where I stopped. Wow, that is a hell of a fast transition. Oh, he does have something though. He does have something. Alright, I'm not expecting this one to have it, but we'll see. Yeah, okay. They just turn around his jump frame. That is always a terrible way to handle this. Because it's the jump frame. So you don't notice that as something that's an attack. So what I'm probably going to do is reuse this frame that we created for here, which is just an edited version of this frame. Turned around. And where is he? There he is. And what is this? Should be a decent enough cobbled together to be passable here. And this is what the Air 4A, or sorry, 4B. Yeah, let's do it. And that's like it, right? That's all his command normals? I think. I don't think he has any of the air ones. He's got the elbow drop, but that's not. Oh, this also has to be. Okay. Noted as Duke. And so is this one. Yeah, his elbow is just his heavy punch. Yeah, it's just that. Yeah, I think that's it for air normals. So, next up, specials! Doshta! Can't hear him say it, but I know you can hear it in your mind. It says, images that have sound. You can hear the animation. So let's get expert. Where's expert? Where'd you go, expert? Where are you? Did I close you? Don't tell me I closed you. Did I close you? I closed it, didn't I? I fucking closed. No, here he is. Size it down. It's kind of a pain in the ass at that size. I can't do this. I can't do it with this Xbox controller. It's too fickle about it. Okay. That should be good enough. Down. Okay. Obviously, it's gonna start with this stuff, but we'll see if there's any additional frames to get him back to idle. It's definitely gonna start on this frame. I can't remember what this move's actually called, other than Doshta. Where is his... Let's look at it in full. Yeah, it just goes straight to that frame. And that's it. Okay, so here... Oh, go back. That's pretty much this frame here. This frame. He does bring his hand up a little bit and pulls him back into the idle. So, if you have any frames that look like that, might be it. I doubt it, but you know, we'll see. If there's something, then cool, we can use it. If not, then it doesn't matter. We don't have to use it. It looks pretty good on its own, to be honest. See in here. Yeah, I see. But that doesn't mean there's not something along the way. There. Let's get these hands back. That leans too forward. That one won't work. I think it's going to be the same problem. There's just not a frame that's quite like that. Even that one is leaning really forward. Turn the music up a little. Seems kind of quiet. I think the later tracks here, the older arrangements, they're not quite that loud. It's too loud, let me know, but it just sounded really faint on my end. Yeah, you could maybe argue to put this one in, but I still think it's probably not going to be right. Let's see. Yeah, because he's lifting his heel up again. Alright, yeah, I think it just is what it is. So I'm going to call it, no, this is not technically correct, but I'm just going to call it wave. Wave. It's the wave. Save it. Okay. So next. Oh, a lot of these. So we can get through them here. Recording. Oh. Oh, this is tough with this fucking pad, man. There we go. Okay, I got him. I'm telling you, man, analogs. It's no good. Oh no, I did it without the thing being on. Oh no. Whoops. Alright. Cancel that. I actually put them in the same scene. It doesn't matter. Paste this switch. Because if this one's in focus, it'll be there. If this one's in focus, well, they don't disappear. Shit! They don't disappear when you... It's just gonna be... it's just gonna be in front of it. Never mind. What a pain in the ass. Get in. Alright. try this again. Split on here first. Record. I did all those hard motions. I didn't even save it. Son of a bitch. It don't want to work the way I want it to work. Then. Oh, that's right. There's no heavy punch button. I'm hitting it like, what? There's no C here. There's A and B. There's B and hold B. Hitting C. Vocal. The whoop? The whoop move. Alright, goes down, comes up. Whoop. Oh. Let's see, what is Pot like? Match one here. Oh! Oh, okay. Starts off with that, then he goes down here. That's actually pretty elaborate. Yeah, it's a good idea to take note of what they did here. Okay, well, first it's this one. Kind of like bends his knees. Comes down here. And, okay, we got a new one. There's one of these somewhere. Is it up here? No? What's that one? It's going slash down. Alright, where the hell is this one? You might have to use it for something else at this point. It's not that one. Over there? Over where? Oh, somebody saw it and I didn't. It's somewhere. I don't see it. I don't see it. Where is it? It's not that. It's not that. It's not those. Not these. I probably used it for something else already. You know what? I bet it's the crouching C startup. Yeah, it's crouching C startup, so we've already used it. Alright, so this is dupe. Dupe. That's what it was. Alright, let's get this thing in the right place here. Alright, and then next. Yeah, okay, then he just goes up. I figured. So that's these ones. Yeah, that fire. Alright, I'm assuming that that's pretty solid in its sequence, but let's see. Goes up, he turns, yep, turns there, turns behind. Well, he actually turns around. Okay. Alright, we can do that. He actually flips the sprite. I love this song, by the way. It is one of my all-time favorite SNK songs. It's just too good. Okay, I figured as much. He turns around all the way. That makes sense. And then he goes into that. Okay. Fair enough. And that's the short version, but I don't expect the heavy version to be kind of short. Light version. Hey, there you go. There's the purple flames. You got it. All right. So I don't. Oh, he's got a little land frame. He actually goes down to his knees. Okay. It goes here. And he goes all the way down. And that came out wrong. That came out a little wrong. And I assume he just stands back up from here. Yep, and then back to normal. Okay. Fair enough. I kind of didn't expect that, but that's good. They thought of everything. Okay, and I don't expect heavy to be any different. That's just that. Actually, speaking of the fireball, did we actually check to see what it goes to? It just goes back to idle? Yeah, it goes back to idle. Okay. Never mind. Okay, yep, there. Crouch, up, down, twist. And yeah, it's the same. Okay. Fair enough. Let's get this a little closer. Okay. And we'll call this one the deep. That's what it is. We'll call it whoop. The fucking things he already says, man. The fucking things he says. Alright. And you know what time it is. Do it. Yeah, there we go. Shitty controller. Okay, yeah, we'll do it that way. Okay, let me get XSplit open. We'll probably do a couple takes on this because we'll have to see it in a vacuum on its own. And then we have to see it. Wait, can you just whiff it? No, you can't. Can't do it. Then we gotta see it twice. And then we gotta see it all the way through. So this is heavy twice. Then 1, 2. Oh my god, 1, 2, 3, there we go. 1 record, 2 record, 3 record. There. Okay, and now move to the game that's even harder. Oh no, did I? I recorded on the wrong one. Oh, all that wasted work. All right, you know what? Do I dare use the other controller? I don't feel like dragging a stick out for this, but God, it's even worse. Oh no, that part's better. Okay, little clicky Wii Pro controller stick actually works out. Okay, let's start recording. Yeah. Man, he really goes far from that, doesn't he? It's fun. here. Uh-oh, dude, I don't like it. I don't like it. Alright, we're gonna have to make this a two-parter. Exit and hold on. There you go. Oh, I don't know what's happening. Something's happening. Let's see, where are we? Here. In this folder. What's in this folder? Oh, what's in this folder? Something's in this folder. Something's definitely in this folder. Oh, jeez. Wow, where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? I don't know where that came from. Oh god, yeah, this stick is terrible for this. Where's my boy? There's my boy. Okay. Let's see how awful this is. Oh, I know. It actually works. You saw it. What'd you see? What'd you see? You didn't see shit. That's what you did. That's what you saw. You didn't see shit. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Alright, so let's record just the pocket portion here. So the first thing we want to do, of course, is get the width one. There. Wow, that is, ooh, that's jank. I didn't even see a recovery frame on that shit. Okay, we got that. Oop. Get back. 1, 2. Oh my god. This game is not very lean. Oh, how did I get that? It's very sensitive. It's very sensitive. I could do way better on clicky stick though. Way better. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know if I can get the... I'm not gonna bother getting the heavy ones. It's not worth it. So let's see. Okay. Minimize, minimize, minimize. We'll look at the pocket one first. Kind of get our bases on it. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it's just awful. Oh wow, he actually slides in on his with bent knees. Okay, that's funny. It just looks weird. All right, slides in with this. Yes, special. Oh. All right, yeah, and then he goes into the light punch. I kind of figured would be the case. Goes into the light punch. And he throws his fist up. Which is not that. Here. Kind of funny how the Rekkas, 2 of them are down here, but like the last one's all the way up here. I think it gives you a little insight into what order they created the sprites in. Okay. And it just goes back to idle. Yeah, they don't even give a fuck. It just... Oh no, it goes back to here. It goes back to here for 1 frame. Alright, we'll see. We'll see if that holds up. Okay, and then... Try to do it again. Okay. Oh, am I missing something? Oh, yeah. He puts his arm back down. puts his arm back down, and then he goes here. Oh, and it just goes right up to it. Okay. They don't even give a shit. It just goes right to it. Don't even give a shit. So what we're gonna do here is to draw the frame on where it actually comes out of the animation. Now we're just gonna make a nice little arrow here that says, yeah, it goes here. Okay. It's probably a little too high here. Let's do it like this. Oh, happy little arrow. Right there. So we know that that goes to there. So it bypasses this frame. It's essentially what that's going to tell us. And then this, he should stop here. So we may see some sort of transition. Wow, it didn't even attempt the transition. Just right back to idle. They didn't even use this. But I'm going to use this, so at least for now. We'll see what the other ones do. Okay, and then we need the 1, 2, 3. One. Wonder. Right, come on. One. Nope. Oh my god. Come on. Oh, how can I be so bad at this? Come on, me. There you go. Okay. And again, it's funny. It goes right back to this frame. See, does it go? It goes straight from here back to here. Goes to a jump frame. Okay. Goes to jump up. I guess that makes sense. Because he's raising his arms. And yeah, and then he... Oh, I went back too far. What did I do? Oh, I changed the thing here too. Let's see. Frame advance. Here we go. Okay. Now he's doing his crazy face. Doing his crazy face. And I assume, yeah, it just goes right to the next frame. There's no transition there, nor does there really have to be, I guess. He's gonna just fall right down, yeah, with that and duck. Okay. I assume it's just gonna go in transition like this, and that's the end of it. We'll find out. Yeah, he just stands right up. He didn't even go to last frame, but we'll put that last frame in there. Okay, so that's Match of the Millennium's version. Now we'll look at KOF 98. Oh, this folder's locked up again. I don't know why. It won't come to the surface. There. No, that won't come up for me. Well, whatever. Forced it out. Here, yeah. Oh, well, that goes fast one. Here. Oh. And then he comes down, which you could argue that that's represented by this frame. And he comes up, And he does transition back. We don't really have a better frame than this. So I suppose for now we'll let that go. I don't expect the heavies to be any different in their animation. Okay, boom. Yeah, he just goes really back down into that frame, doesn't he? Yeah, so they actually represented this fairly accurate. And yeah, I mean, yeah, he pulls his hand down. You know what we could do? I might be able to use the frame before this one. Where did that get used now? We used it here. Yeah, going from here back to here, that might work. I like that. This is gonna have to come down. This line, though, it's fine. I like the idea of him coming back this way. That might work decent. Of course, this is duplicate now. You can almost argue that you could lead into it with that too, but I don't know. Because he's gonna pop up and then back down. He's gonna do the same thing here. This actually could just lead right to idle from here. That would probably be the better choice. And then here, well, maybe let's look at what does idle look like. Maybe make a more intelligent decision on this. Go down, these go from here to here. I don't know. It might not look that good. It really might not. Alright, you know, I'm gonna backpedal on that. That might not be okay. And it goes back to this. Yes. One, two, and boom. Come back down. Yeah, it's basically that. Oh, he actually has its own frame for this, but they reuse this one. He actually doesn't go back quite as far as I thought. They sort of merged the frame here with the expression here to come up with this one. That's actually kind of interesting. And so that one comes in between this one and that one, and boom, and he hits. And he actually has... I see why they chose the crouch frame, because his hands are pretty much in the same position. And then he just stands up after that, right? Yeah. That's fine. I'll allow it. That's alright. That's pretty smart reuse. Time to pack it up. We got one more song. Got one more song. You're close, though. Timing me. And I'll just say record. Alright, and we'll move this up here. Save that. Save that. Where's here? Next split. I got time for that. Alright, what else has he got? He's got... Oh, wrong controller. He's got... Yeah, actually, the only one he's got is this... Or no. No, does he? Hold on. Does he have... Oh, he does have this. Okay. This is my favorite, so let's do this one. If I can get it to work without freaking fuck out. Yeah, like that. Okay. Alright, let's record. Make sure there's no special on-hit version of it. And then we'll move to this one. That. And if there's any special on him, stop. Down, down, down. Alright, let's go to the pocket first. There he goes. Okay, yeah. So, oh, we did some special stuff. So he's here, okay, turns to the left. Turns to the left. Then he goes into this frame, which I expected. That one's down here. I remember where that one was. Jumps up. Yeah, it's probably all in the line here. Oh no, it's not. It's not in the line. Is it this one? Uh-oh. Am I out of time? Nope. Oh, there's still more track. Oh, it's down here. Here it is. Right. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it, baby. That's a nice animation, I like it. Shoot. Swipe. And let's see where it goes from here. And it goes just straight into command grab. Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect it. There's no recovery animation there. My first inclination is to say that you could do. Music's over. No. All right, we'll finish up quick. You could do. Yeah, there's time up. You could do this to come back on. Like, darn. And back on, and that's it. Just... But you could, go back to here and back on. And this one. There. And that'll do it. Watch this very quickly at what the... I don't expect it to be much different. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Come on down, come and grab, and then he stands back up. And that's it. Okay, yep. Alright, fair enough. That's it. That's it. The old alley-oop. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to check it out next time. So, okay. That's pretty much it for today. And we're going to wrap up. So, next time will be next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Coming Thursday, the Retro Mansion game, which is big progress on that show. The platforming engine is coming along really nice. We fixed the big issue with it, and it looks like it's actually kind of decent. And so you'll see that on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Saturday, I'm not really sure what we're going to play. But this is Thanksgiving holiday season, so we're playing games that we're thankful for. Last time we did Kirby's Dream Land, and then we did Mario Land, and then we did Mario Land 2 all in one stream. They're all very short, so that was cool. And so that's it for that. We are a patron-funded stream, and we do have very generous patron names to read out. So we've got Zombie Killer, we've got Miguel Tabasco, Corporal Chungus, Mike Cruz, Taryn Williams, AJ, and Bryce Naguino. So thank you very much. You're our top generals in the Scrub Army. And if you feel like joining them in the Scrub Army, only even as little as $1 can help. So that's at our Patreon. Links down below for that. You get code samples, you can get beta builds, the stuff we work on here. And if you want to yell at me at real time, I always have a Twitter. Dumpster fire of the internet. But I'm there. If you want to send me a nasty tweet, go right ahead. I'll just block you now. I don't know. Did I even block? I don't know if I blocked anybody yet. You could be the first one. How about that? Have that honor. And we got Discord server, which I'll have Chatbot, Scrubbot in the chat. Give you the link to that if you're watching on YouTube. Links for that down below with everything else. And that's pretty much it. I have to get out of here and get some sleep. So I'll see you guys next time, and scrub out.